Hi everybody, I am excited and nervous for today. I'm excited, well first I'm excited because there's more and more signs of spring happening. There are tulips and daffodils and crocuses popping up, and there's a crocus in bloom this morning, and there are birds singing, so it feels good to be outside, and that is so nice. The other reason I'm excited is because we will be planting our first trees of 2023 today. So I'm hoping to plant a bunch of trees this year. We've got fruit trees, ornamental trees. I'm hoping to get some evergreens. I'm calling it the year of the tree. And today's trees are apricot trees. And these trees are bare root. So that means they came without any soil around the roots. They're not in pots. They just came in a cardboard box, in a plastic bag. They had some wet paper around their roots. And these ones are actually taller than I've planted bare roots before. Most of the bare roots I've planted have been smaller, on the shorter side. So these are, I think, a good like 4 feet tall. The reason I am nervous, now I've planted bare roots before. This is the right time of year to plant them. You want to plant like as soon as you can work the soil in the spring while the trees and everything are dormant, and then they can kind of start rooting in and break dormancy with the season, which makes complete sense. I mean, they have to live here year round, so the cold, at this point, it's not getting as cold as it could, and they should be fine. However, it is very wet right now. Usually I don't get and plant my bare root and other plants until April. We're at the end of March. And one of the reasons is because spring in Vermont is also known as mud season. So about 2 weeks ago, we got a really big snow. And then as it was melting, we got another snow, and we've been getting a lot of precipitation. And so it just, I mean, it might rain this afternoon or this evening. It's just really, really wet. So I actually got these trees in on Friday, and it is now Monday, and so I've been trying to let the ground drain and not be so soggy. It is still somewhat wet, but the areas I want to plant the apricots are not in standing water anymore. But this is what's making me nervous, because it is wetter soil than I'd like to be working in, and also the bare root trees are supposed to go in pretty soon after you get them. Like, the sooner you can get them in, the better. So that's why I'm doing it now. We're supposed to get there's more rain and snow, or a mix in the forecast pretty much every day this week. And so this is like intuition. I'm going to try putting them in now, and hopefully they'll be fine. So I did put them in some water here. They are supposed to soak, I think, for a couple hours usually is what I do with the bare root plants. They're probably only going to soak for like an hour or so. My husband's supposed to come out and help me. I don't know if he's going to help me plant or just help wrangle the kids while I plant. But they're just a handful right now. So we're going to try to get these in this afternoon. And that way, if it rains, it will water them in well. I will probably still water them in because that's a good practice, but I probably won't water them in with as much water as I normally would. So that's my plan. I'm going to try to bring you along with me. I hope it doesn't start raining sooner, because that would make it harder to film. But this is my plan. This is what I'm doing. While we're here, I just wanted to show you something. Today, I also brought some plants out on my porch. I also cleaned my porch up a bit, so I'm excited. Hopefully, I'll get some plants to put in those planters soon. But here you could see my ranunculus and anemones. Now, we pre-sprouted those together. So I get nervous about making them too moist and them rotting, so I don't think they were moist enough. I think I had kept them too dry in the basement. And they can go in really any time now that I'm ready. So what I thought I would do is I wanted to bring them up, but I was like, I don't want to keep them inside and have them sprout inside, because then I'd need to harden them off. So I decided what I would do is I put a little bit of more damp soil over the top so you can't see any of the corms there. And I'm just putting them outside during the day, and I'll bring them in at nighttime for right now so that they're not exposed to freezing temperatures in these containers, because that just doesn't seem like a good idea to me. So that's what I'm doing for right now, and then hopefully in the next couple weeks they'll get into the raised beds. And then we have some snapdragons back here. These are the snapdragons that we pricked out on that same day and that are going to go in the orchard. So they are just hanging out here for a couple hours in the shade. This gets morning sun for a very short amount of time, and then shade for most of the day. And so I like to put plants out here and start them off in the shade. So they're starting in the shade today for 3 hours. And then I've got more over here. I've got my pansies, this one, I saw some buds, so I'm very excited about that. There's some pansies and some of my scabiosa I potted up over the weekend, and stock, and then just some random other hardy annuals or cool flowers. there. Those are mostly straw flowers. And tomorrow I might give them like a little bit of sun, like an hour max, and then have them be in the shade for some more time. So they need to get exposed to the sun slowly. Yeah, I'll do hardening off in a different video though, so that I can give you more detail on it. But this is the process I am starting off.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. We know what we have, let's hold on tight.
The trees are planted. My husband went back to work. Baby's on my back, huh? He's a little grumpy about it, but he needs to be contained right now. Let me show you some more details. So we have this one here is just gonna be, let's see this again. This is the Moore Park apricot, and these are both from Stark Brothers. And this is just like, I'm not doing a full bed around this as of right now. I'm going to do some mulch or some sort of form of mulch around the base, so that the weed pressure isn't right next to the base. And then there's going to be the grass around it. This is the kids' playing area right here. And then we'll walk to the other one. The other one is going to be combined into the garden bed here. So if we stand back here, I mean, this bed is a mess. There's lots of grass that grew up in it, but you can kind of see the bed there. Oh, now my finger's in focus. I'm going to try to expand it kind of out into kind of a triangle shape here. Oh, okay, around the tree. Far enough out so that if we're mowing or the guy who comes and mows doesn't hit the tree. So that's my plan there, and then eventually it'll be planted up with some other stuff. I have some ideas of some other shrubs, like kind of mid-height, somewhere in the 2 to 5 feet range, probably. Will go. Those are elders there. I forget which kinds. The ones in the back there are coarser, but these ones are Sam Dill and Sam Doll, I think. So there we go. This kind of apricot is, let me see, a harcot. It's a harcot apricot. So these are supposed to be hardy to my zone. I'm going to hope they do well. So I hope you enjoyed the first tree planting of the year. I think I'm going to do a slightly more in-depth video on how to plant bare root trees when my apple trees come in, because it'll be a little bit better weather then, and I'll be able to take a little bit more time to go into the detail. But until next time, I hope you all are well. I am so excited to be outside. Look, I'm in a sweatshirt. I mean, I think it's in the 40s still, but yeah, that's what I wanted to wear. So I hope you're all well. Happy gardening.